Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel, Caseyleighreiki. I'm Casey. I'm going to be doing a reading today for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for July 2020. So before we get into everything, let's just go through the spiel as per usual here. Energy is fluid, it's not linear, so you could be experiencing the things that I talk about here in past, present, or future tense. If it resonates, awesome. If it doesn't, whatever, it just wasn't your message, no worries. Let's see what else. Masculine and feminine, I don't know why I just blanked on that. Masculine and feminine, when we talk about those things, it's just the energies, it's not gender or sex specific, but if it is, then I'm gonna let you guys know. Obviously, of course I would let you guys know. Cross watchers, hi, hello, and welcome here. If I am saying Pisces and you're like, no, that's me, then just switch it around. I don't know why I feel spacey already, because I was so ready to go for this reading, and then I started the camera and I was just like, I feel like my attention span is like gone. I just can't focus. I don't know if that's something that maybe you guys are going through right now, but my attention span, I feel like, is just flittering all over the place. But yeah, so cross watchers, switch the roles if need be. I won't be perfect every time, so I won't be able to tell exactly, you know, maybe it's your side, maybe it's the other person's, maybe I say it wrong. It is what it is. We just go with the flow here, okay? If you're looking for a personal reading, I'm going to put all of my information down in the description box below. And it also has all my other social media information in it as well. If you are a frequenter of TikTok, you follow me on TikTok, please make sure to tune in. I'm going to be doing a giveaway / raffle pretty soon within the next upcoming week or so. So keep an eye out for that, okay? Actually, you know what? Hold on one second. I forgot my beverage. Have an energy drink, but it's like a good energy drink. It's V8 plus energy, peach and mango. Pisces, I'm glad we're friends here. I'm glad that we are friends here. I feel like I shuffled a little bit and kind of got into your energy a little bit before I turned on the camera, and I totally feel like the attention span is one thing that's just going all over the place, and the next thing is I feel like this like hominess of really wanting to like, it's like a need for like love and comfort, is kind of what I feel. Like I'm feeling very like you might be like missing that like love, comfort, that really close relationship, whether it be, you know, romantic, platonic, whatever the case is. But I feel like there's really a need for that like deep, you know, like spiritual, like understanding type of love here. It just feels like you want to put yourself into something or someone and really like dive into it, and it's like very like romantic and dreamy, and like you could be maybe daydreaming about somebody or something, but it feels like you want to like throw yourself into something is what I feel like with reckless abandon. You're like, I want that, like, you know, true best friend type of situation, or I want that like true love type of romance, like the need for that really deep, vulnerable, intimate love where you just, you know, get each other and the connection is very fluid. There's a lot of chemistry. I feel like you guys are like craving that like a drug right now. That's what it totally feels like. I feel like you're lacking in that department. You're like, oh, I just want to be so, you know, like open and vulnerable and like authentically like me with somebody. Okay. Let's do one more. All right. So what's going on for Pisces right now? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Wow. Look at that. Did I not just say that? Did I not just say that? And I just caught 444 too on the camera. Look at that. 4 of Wands. 8 of Wands underneath. And the Ace of Swords. on. I can't wait for this. I'm very excited. I feel like there's truth about a situation coming in very quickly. And it might be that you're just quickly realizing that you're very, I just heard attracted to. It's an attraction. You're very attracted to somebody. Or someone is very attracted to you. Granted, it could be vice versa. The attraction, that chemistry, that like, oh, I get chills. It's like, oh, you just like feel it in your bones. It's so lovely. It just makes you feel so alive and so just you. It's something that it's like dreamy that you can like fall into. It feels really like this like fairy tale type of scenario. It's very beautiful and I love it so much already. Oh my goodness. I'm very excited for this right now, I'll tell you what. Four of Wands is about, this is marriage. It's like celebration and commitment. Okay, some sort of like ceremony here. It can oftentimes be the like twin flame or 1111 card. So it's about that person for you where you're like, this is like, you know, this is the person for me. This is like, I just realized how bad my eye bags are because I was up really late last night, unable to sleep. Don't judge me. But yeah, so this love though is very, it's beautiful. And I feel like it is very deep for you, whatever this is. And I feel like the truth about those feelings on one side or another could possibly be being expressed or trying to be expressed. And that's why we had that like 8 of Wands and the Ace of Swords there. Is like truth and clarity coming in very quickly about this situation. But I don't like this. I feel like if you guys aren't in that situation right now, the feeling that I'm picking up on is like you are, it's almost like a nostalgic feeling of like missing that because you might not have it right now because Sun in reverse, it's unhappiness. I feel like it's like real sad, honestly. Like I feel like I use like basic words like that a lot, like sad, happy, angry, whatever, but it feels, it's like a longing. You might be longing for that sensation. You might be longing for that type of relationship or commitment here. The Sun in reverse is just very unhappy, very sad. I feel like you just don't feel like you're getting that. Like it's like you are the plant and that love is the sun, and it's like it's a dark day and it's cloudy and you're like, I need my sun, and you don't have it. It's like you have that perfect kind of picture in your head, or maybe there's a certain circumstance that when you think about love you think back on and you relate it to that, and that's what I feel like is happening, where you're like, I need that so badly back in my life. You're like craving it. Then we have the Tower. Buh. I feel like the unhappiness here is that like the lightning moment, like in the Tower. It's like that epiphany. It's that thought, that incoming thought or epiphany, or, you know, that aha moment where you're like, when I think back on this, I think about this. And then you're like, I think of this thing, and where I am, this does not like exist. Does that make sense? I feel like you're like putting the 2 and 2 together. Maybe you just were blind to it before. I feel like you could have been maybe passive about a situation that you've been in before. Excuse me. Or that like you are in, you've been a little passive, and now you're like, I'm unhappy. And like what it comes down to is your version of happiness. Do you have it where you are? And are you okay with not having it? You know, your priorities. Okay, and then I have 9 of Wands at the bottom here, which is generally about kind of giving up, waving your white flag of like, all right, like, I feel like it's almost like fair enough, like almost like a coming to an agreement, like with yourself. I want this out of life. There's nothing wrong with me wanting this like fairy tale type of love. I feel like, I mean, there could have been people or a person maybe in your past or even in your life now who made you even possibly think like those things aren't real. Like those things are too much, or they don't exist for people, or it's almost like, you know, you're expectations or what you want out of love in any form are too much. And I feel like that could have been why you were a little passive possibly beforehand. Or like, is this too much? Am I like too much? Like, am I asking for something crazy by wanting this deep, fulfilling, like beautiful fairy tale love? Like, and does that exist out there? Have I just been asking for too much this whole time, and that's just kind of like way out of line to ask of other people? I feel like it's definitely kind of a question of that, or in that realm. But I feel like, you know, Pisces, you're very dreamy, and you're very loving, and I feel like you have so much to give, and you are 9 times out of 10 so incredibly empathetic that, like, to you it doesn't make sense that someone else couldn't be like that. It doesn't make sense to you that that wouldn't be an option, because to you, I feel like you guys, whoever I'm like connecting to, you guys are filled with so much love for the people in your life, just the people around you, people in general. You were just filled with so much, just like, it's so wholesome. And I feel like you couldn't possibly ever think like what you wanted, that beautiful, dreamy type of love, couldn't exist, because you're like, how could it not exist? Like, that's just your view of the world, which is fine. There is a lack of motivation and passion here. I feel like someone's almost kind of like, it reminds me of, okay. How do I word this? Spirit, help me out. It's like a child maybe wanting something or expressing some wild, like, you know, lavish like idea or plan or something. Like, this child comes up to you or comes up to someone, I won't say you. This child comes up to someone, is kind of like what I'm seeing, and is like, I want to, like, I don't know, I want to be president. And the child's like 6 or something along those lines. And there's an adult there, and then it's like, that's ridiculous. And it's almost like shooting down, like, but like when you do that, it affects you. It affects your self-esteem. It affects the way that you view the world. It affects, or rather affects, right? Affects? Don't judge me. It can have a lasting effect on you. And that could totally be like an inner child thing too, whereas like maybe it was not just one person or a couple people, maybe it's been multiple people throughout your life, from childhood to however old you are now, throughout your life, where you've been told that the things you want maybe don't exist, or you're, you know, asking for too much, or like something along those lines, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like, to me, it's a lot of that, a lot of like you have these beautiful, grandiose ideas of just love and connection and beauty in this world, and I feel like someone is stepping on it. It's almost like you're like, no, these things are possible, and, you know, this is really how I feel, and I do believe these things are, you know, I do believe I'm capable of these things. I do believe that love exists. And I feel like it's either the situation you're in is making you kind of think differently and question that, or maybe there have been people throughout your life or in your life now who make you just question it. And I feel like it's making your, like, this passion for beauty and love in the world, like, it's dimming that for you. I feel like it's taking a real, like, hard toll on you. Like, I feel like, you know, daydreaming about this type of love is something that, you know, don't let it run your whole life, but it's something that it gives you hope and focus, and you love being able to share yourself with someone else. And I just feel like someone, whatever the 4 of Wands is that you're in right now, whatever that commitment is right now, if you are currently with someone, like romantically, obviously, that person is just, I feel like you are just this beam of light, and this person is kind of like a dark cloud, basically. I just saw 444 again. Just saying. Yeah. Eight of Cups, Six of Cups, Death. Okay? This is, to me, walking away from a person who you could have a past life connection with. Could be a karmic partner here. Ending a situation with a karmic partner. I mean, Eight of Cups is just kind of like taking the L, you know what I mean? Like going off to go in search of your Two of Cups. And I think that's what this is. You're like, I know that Two of Cups exists out there for me somewhere, and I'm just not going to settle for anything else. And I feel like sometimes, you know, you want to please people a lot, especially if you are empathetic. So it's almost like you'll give everyone the benefit of the doubt to the point of maybe questioning your own thoughts, desires, ideals, etc. And so I think you're walking away from a karmic situation or a situation, it could be, like I said, past life, where there was a lot of like chemistry. You're walking away from a partner here, romantic partner. I think you're putting it to an end, and you need to just very simply look for the love and the beauty in the world. And I feel like you're too gentle, I think, for this person. You're too open, too loving. It feels like the love that you have is crazy. Like I feel like you're like that person for other people, and you're like, I would like someone to do the same for me. You know, I would like that undying love and happiness for me in the same sense that you give it to others, which, granted, you know, keep in mind, you can't always get that from every person. I don't know if I've said this in other videos, but a friend of mine, her and I were talking when we worked together a couple of years ago, and I think her grandmother might have said this to her or something. She was telling me a story. But a relative of hers had said, you know, you can't expect things from people when they're not capable of them. Like, you just have to realize that you won't get those things from that person. And her example was, you can't expect, like, a hug at the end of a long day from someone who's not affectionate, or whose love language isn't affection. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, if you can't get what you need from that person, there's just no changing that. You're just, depending on how long it's been too, like, there's one thing when you compromise, but if you just can't get something from a person, I think you're kind of realizing that. And I feel like it sucks, because I feel like you put a lot of like faith into whatever this was, and I think it just, I don't even know how else to word it other than it just bummed you out. You wanted it to be more than it was, but it's time for you to leave, I think, is what this is. It's very much so time for you to leave. Very much. You're like, I have to walk away from this person. I feel like there's a sense of like comfortability with them. Like, there are things there that are lovely and, you know, worthwhile, but you have to do what's right for you. It just is what it is. So yeah, I definitely feel like you guys are walking away. I feel like this is very like sentimental and kind of like, it is very like, that's what I'm looking for. I can't think of the word. It's not nostalgic. It's bittersweet. That's what I'm looking for. It's bittersweet. What else do we have for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Ended up on the bottom again. Justice in reverse. You could be, I did not tell you guys, but could be dealing with a Libra with Justice. The Tower is Aries or Scorpio, and the Sun is Leo for me. I feel like you're like, this is just, it's not justified to stay where you are. I think that's what it is like, you're like, I can't justify my unhappiness anymore. I can't make excuses. That Nine of Wands in reverse again, giving up. And then the Temperance could be Sagittarius here. Temperance in reverse as well. I feel like it's just like you're like, I'm giving up on the place that I am. Like Temperance in reverse is just like healing can't like come in. There's no balance. And it's like, I feel like that's what it is. You're like, I can't justify being unhappy and being in a place with no balance. It's like your equilibrium is just off, and you're like, I need to accept that for what it is. And I think I honestly think the issue is not a matter of, you know, you don't know that where you are, like, isn't worth it. I don't think it's that you, like, don't know. I think this honestly is more so of, like, how do I let it go is kind of how I feel. How do I let it go? Because I think Pisces, of all people, you guys know how to really love people to the fullest. And so, it's really hard because you want to see people in a good light because you're nice. You're just beautiful people. Okay. 3 of Cups. This is generally like celebration and happiness, friend circle. I feel like for this, what I get mostly is that you have friends to pick you up, like physically pick you up when you are down. I feel like your friends might also come into play here, or the people you're very close, you know, social group. You might have literally just maybe 1 or 2 people here that you are very close to in this situation. And I feel like this is a matter of like your friends helping you possibly see what you don't see because you just see the good in everybody. I just feel like Queen of Cups in reverse too at the bottom. Yeah, I feel like your friends are seeing things for you and relaying them to you. It's almost like they're there to remind you. Like you might, like I said, have these like 1 or 2 people that are very close to you, and they're reminding you, hey, don't forget, like, this happened. Like, remember how terrible this was when this person maybe did this? Or do you remember, you know, when you said this to me and you were so, you know, sad because blah, blah, blah happened? Like, I feel like they're keeping you in check to help you realize that where you are isn't getting you anywhere. And I feel like they're keeping you afloat in that way. They're keeping you in check about the things that are going on, so you almost like can get out of this like super unbalanced like state of emotions. I feel like because you guys care so much, you can definitely slip into a very emotional like hole, like a very dark hole, because Neptune rules Pisces. So to me, this is illusions. It's like very dreamy illusions, things not always being as they seem. Okay, yeah, this like lack, it's putting you in this state of like lack. There's like a lack of passion and motivation, and a lack of just this like fiery feel-good energy. And I feel like you're realizing that the path is no longer open for you to go in that direction. It's like you've come so far, now it's like, okay, you have to either turn around or like take this detour, and it hurts you. I really do think it hurts you a lot because you give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and you want things to work out to the best of their ability. And I think it's just hard to let go sometimes, and it's not possible. I just think it's very difficult to let go of your emotions in general. I think you can let them get the best of you, and now it's just like, it's keeping you up. There's 9 of Swords is just like kind of anxiety, depression, like feeling just down, very stuck. Your thoughts weighing heavy on you. You may not be able to sleep very well because of it. You know, you're waking up in the middle of the night because your thoughts are heavy right now. And I think a part of this also with the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Swords is like, this is your friends like showing you like I feel like that's what this is. Like, hey, look at where you are right now. Like, do you really want to be here? You know, like, as much as it's really hard, I do think your friends are the real MVP here. I feel like they're really keeping you in check and keeping you going. And it's almost like you're thinking heavily about what they're saying because it's like, you know, there's some truth behind their words. So King of Cups in reverse here. This could be you. It could also be that you're dealing with another water sign or someone with heavy water in their chart. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But King of Cups is definitely somebody who a little emotionally out of control. I feel like they can be a little bit manipulative with their emotions, using guilt, for instance, as a means of manipulation. But emotional manipulation, abuse, I feel like this person could just be very like, it could also be like codependent. I feel like this person is almost just like feeding off of you in a way. It's like they need someone who's like you, who puts so much into them, and you're like, I just can't do that anymore. And it's sad because I think that's what it is you care about them because you know that they have these, either issues or something like that, where you could be like, they need me and I'm gonna leave them. But you can't be a hero for everybody. You just can't. And that's also low-key a message for me because I'm a Pisces rising. So I totally resonate with that a lot. You can't be everyone's hero. All you can do is save yourself. And it's sad. But I feel like it tugs on the heartstrings quite a bit, whether you're Pisces or not. But, you know, when you care about someone, you want to, especially you guys, you know, you want to do the best that you can for them no matter what. And I feel like you guys are the type of people to probably have, you know, friendships after the relationship. You know what I mean? Anyways, the Devil. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, but what I do feel is that this is that codependency twice for me, because I was picking up a little bit of codependency or like emotional, like this person kind of like emotionally dumping and needing you to kind of like pick up after them in a weird sort of mental health, emotional type of way. And now I'm definitely getting that with this Devil card. It's gonna be very toxic energy, very codependent. And like I said, it's coming out underneath the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is standing out so much for me. I totally feel like with the Three of Cups, that like core group, whether it's like one or two people, whatever the case is, this is they're like I'm telling you, they're like your fucking hype squad here. They are, I feel like, showing and exposing and keeping you, you know, like in check. And I feel like their stance on it, it's almost like your friends are like, yeah, I don't care if you maybe don't want to see it right now, but like, you're gonna see it. I'm gonna keep telling you, like, until you get it. Then we have Eight of Wands again, which is very interesting. I feel like it's like the realization here with the Eight of Wands is like, you know, I do feel stifled 99, you know, percent of the time, or I do feel really sad, and it's almost just like it's coming in so quick and so heavy on you, and you're like, God, like, I just can't do this. And I think it's, again, not about the realization of if you can or can't. I think you know what you have to do, and you know what's going to be better for you in the long run, and it's almost like trying to avoid the pain. Because I think you guys just feel really deeply, and you're afraid of the pain. I think you guys are just afraid to go through it. Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah. I feel like here, this falls together for me. This person, whoever this person is, the emotional manipulator here, I truly feel like this person is like not willing to step forward and offer you that like love and commitment and whatever that you want. The Page of Wands upright is usually this just like, you know, message of passion and love and action oriented. And I feel like this person is probably not putting in the effort in the way that you need to either continue the relationship, fix the relationship, better it, compromise. I feel like this person doesn't know how to do those things, or they're just simply not willing to do those things. That's what it feels like here. It feels like they could almost even be holding back, like that guilt thing I was talking about, like guilt tripping. It could be as if they're holding back their love and communication, or their, willingness to contribute in the ways that you need, because it's almost like, well, like, they see it as like a reward and they want to withhold it from you. Queen of Swords. You're like, then no. Like, I think you're seeing that now, and you're like, I have to cut this out. Again, I already think that you've known this, but I think you're finally taking the action steps towards doing it, because you're realizing that it's screwing you up at this point. It's really hurting you at this point. And I think it's now come down to the time where you're like, I can't. Could totally be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I do think this is your energy of being decisive and kind of saying to yourself, like, okay, like, stop getting caught up in that hole of emotion, stop letting it drown you. It's time to make a choice. It's time to move on. And I think it's coming closer and closer to that point. I feel like that could be why you're kind of sporadic too, like with the attention span thing I was picking up on, about like, you're like, I'm missing this type of love, and I have to kind of hold on to that and grab onto it to drive me forward and not get sucked into all the other stuff. You're using it almost as like this light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I will have that, and right now I just don't, and I have to make it out of here. So if that's the thing that drives you forward to get out of a bad situation, you know what I mean? It's like, that's what you're dreaming about, or daydreaming, fantasizing about. I think that's the thing you're holding on to that's going to help you move forward. Oh, I'll take it, sure. King of Wands in reverse. Could be dealing with a fire sign as well here. This person, I feel like, is definitely embodying both that King of Cups and this King of Wands. This King of Wands could definitely be someone who is, could specifically be a Leo. Doesn't have to be, but I feel like they're embodying both, where there's that, like, emotional manipulation, and then there's this, like, impulsive, kind of fiery, like, almost like unpredictable type of energy here with the fire. And I think you're cutting that out. And you're like, I cannot. I feel like this person is just kind of like, the ego here is a little high. I think you're just, yeah, you're like, the emotional crap I'm not a fan of, and I can't deal with it anymore. It just destroys me, and it hurts me so much. And then with the King of Wands reverse, like I said, could be impulsive, like with their words. They're kind of like, maybe have an anger issue, short fuse. I feel like this person just kind of like, there's an ego issue as well as pride here with this person. And it's time, yeah, it's time for you to go. Four of Cups on the bottom as well. And that to me is like that cup that cloud is holding, that spirit's holding. That's that cup of like that love that you look for, that we were talking about. And then all the other cups are like all the other stuff that you can't stop focusing on. So it's like you have to grab that one cup. This is your like concentration point to be able to ignore this, because I think you're getting sucked into all the other stuff right now. I do want to, I'm going to clarify a little bit for this King of Cups in reverse and King of Wands in reverse. I'm going to get out another deck. I don't want to go too far for this video. I don't want them to be too long, but just to clarify a little bit on this person. And then I have an oracle deck too. I'll pull out a couple cards, but okay. Get all the salt out of my cards there. Let's see. Tell me about this King of Cups and King of Wands in reverse, please. For Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Tell me about this King of Cups and King of Wands in reverse for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For July 2020. Tell me about this King of Cups and King of Wands in reverse. Seven of Cups. This person confuses you, and I feel like they're confused, even possibly like within themselves here. There's a lot of confusion and like illusions with this person. I feel like if you got together with this person, you probably would have thought maybe it was going to be one thing, and then it did not turn out that way. I feel like you were like bamboozled, if you will. But this person, I feel like what I get from this, I'm feeling more of the King of Cups as their energy right now. They embody both, but I feel like it's more so the King of Cups in reverse, where this person has a really hard time controlling their emotions. Very difficult time. I feel like they let them get the best of them. I feel like you as Pisces, you know, it's the fish flowing with the water. There's that yin and yang. I feel like this person is like, they try to control their emotions so much to the point where they can't. It feels almost like this person has like emotional outbursts because they are emotional, or they are maybe like they have shit to say, like that explosiveness with that King of Wands energy, and then they don't know how to regulate their emotions. They don't know how to control them. They don't know how to deal with them, to direct them, to allow themselves to feel something intensely without like exploding. It's like a pressure cooker. That's what I feel like, especially with that Seven of Cups. It's like it's very confusing for them here. Very confusing. Tell me more about the King of Cups and King of Wands for Pisces. Oops, whoa. Nope, that's too many. King of Cups and King of Wands. Five of Wands. Fighting. I feel like I feel like there's fighting here because, like, you of all people as a Pisces, you're like, I get it. Like, I get feeling strongly about things, but you are, like, out of control. I feel like the intensity with this person, with their emotions being like so out of whack, and then also that impulsivity of that fire sign, is just like too much for you. It's way too much. I feel like this person is confused within themselves and needs to do a lot of self-healing, a lot of work on themselves. And you can't fix that for them. You just cannot. You can't save everybody. We have the Four of Wands again at the bottom. We have the Tower again at the bottom. That's what this is. This is more realization. And I think this person's also possibly realizing too that it's not working. I think they might be able to, if they have a lot of water in their chart, and then you being Pisces, and if you have more water in your chart, I mean, like, you guys might be almost like weirdly feeding off of each other. It feels very explosive, very toxic. I feel like this person, either this is just confirmation that we had like before in your reading in the very beginning, or this is them picking up on that and they might be having the same realization. But because I think it's possible that with so much water energy, you guys are almost feeding off of each other, especially if you're incredibly empathetic. It's almost like you absorb other people's emotions too. And then you're like, where do mine, end and their start, and vice versa. But this is overall confirmation for me that this needs to end. Like, I can't believe we have that on the bottom again. That's so funny. So tell me more about this person, please, for Pisces. What's going on with this person? Look at this. King of Cups now, upright. So we have the King of Cups twice. And then we have Six of Swords. This is moving so far away from this person. You're like, I gotta go. Like, I think it's unanimous at this point where you were like, I have to leave. You're like, I can't do this. I feel like it's very defeating. Like, you're like, this person is so, like, too much. And I mean, if you thought that you were too much at one point, you're like, this person trumps you. Seriously. But you are definitely, you have to leave this person behind. There's a lot of fighting going on here, a lot of just miscommunication, a lot of just, I feel like hostility. It feels very hostile. Ooh. We have the Star in reverse. Look at that. Yeah. This to me here is, you guys, I think, are both confused about things. I feel like everything here is such a big illusion. It's like you can't figure out which way is up, down, left, right, what have you. It's like a lack of balance here with the Star card, lack of healing. It's like lack of dreams like coming true. I feel like the illusion here was that this was something different, and then it turned out to be not. You're like, this is not at all what I wanted. This isn't what I want. And I mean, that's fine. Sometimes you go through these Six of Pentacles too at the bottom with the Lovers, needing this balance in this situation here. The Lovers is Gemini energy, but we need an equal give and take in a partnership right here, and it's not happening. And I feel like that balance in this relationship is that you guys just need to basically separate. The Star in reverse is just like dreams not coming true. You know, normally it would be like wish fulfillment and happiness, balance. Such beautiful energy, but it's just like the beauty in this is gone. The beauty that you once saw in it is completely gone, I feel like. Ooh. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Nine of Swords at the bottom, King of Wands. There's that King of Wands again, right? It's like this King of Wands now and King of Cups is here twice. They're putting you through hell. You are not meant to be here any longer. You're like, this is not what true love is. This is not what love feels like. You Seven of Swords right here as well. I think you guys, one or both of you, really want to sneak out of this. You're like, I can't anymore. Like, you're just, I can't deal with your, like, emotional instability. You also have 10 of Wands here. This is a burden. It's huge. It's so much weight for you. You're like, I can't do this. I feel like, again, it's not a matter of if you should leave or if you should not leave. This is a matter of how do I leave? Because you still, I feel like, care deeply for them because you once had something that you considered to be so beautiful. And then now it's like, it's not. And I feel like, yeah, like, I think that's hard. I think Pisces have a hard time letting go of things. I think water signs in general can have a little bit of a tougher time than most, but still. Real quick, I'm going to pull a couple cards. This will be a long one for Pisces. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of it's too much. It's just too much. You thought it was so beautiful and now it's just not. And you're like, I have to remember what that true love means to me so I don't get sucked into that almost like feeling of wanting to save this person. And, you know, you can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved. It just is what it is. I know. I'm sorry, Pisces. I'm sorry. That did not want to break apart. That's interesting. Yeah, look, guide and commitment. This is what I meant. You're using that like love and that ideal that you have for what true love is, and that's kind of guiding you like home. Or at least it's guiding you towards the next step and keeping you above water. You know what I mean? So by the way, this is Twin Flame Journey Oracle by Mystic Moon, in case anyone is wondering. Wow, nothing else, huh? Guess there's nothing else. All right, well. We have fall and we have bound. So fall might be important in some way, where you might officially feel unbound from the situation. self-worth. That's what this comes down to, which I think it's come down to it a lot for a lot of people lately. It's just received. It's like, you know the information, you know the truth, and it's time for you to move on. You have signs at the bottom as well. I feel like you're very in tune with yourself and your emotions. And I feel like it is very much about now just how do I do it? How do I deal with the pain? How do I move forward? All right, Pisces, this has been an exceptionally long video, but I felt like you guys needed a little bit of that today. So thank you for allowing me the honor to read for you guys. Thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you. I mentioned all of my stuff in the beginning. TikTok, I'll be doing a giveaway / raffle soon, so to make sure to check in for that. Yeah, stay safe, happy, healthy. I will see you guys soon at the mid-month check-ins, okay? Bye.